So this news came out about a day ago, and most of you probably have already seen this news. But I have been on the fence about it, because on one hand I'm like, this is obviously good news, because any form of announcement for a movie series is technically good, because it does mean that, there's going to be more money going towards Horikoshi Sensei, the author of My Hero Academia, and, it will allow more people to jump in on board for My Hero Academia. So, in terms of that, it's good news. But on the other hand, there's a side of me that's a little bit, skeptical of just everything, because if anyone remembers the previous movie 3 of My Hero Academia, it was quite a large topic, a debate, so to speak, between the community, that movie 3 was made, and that season of the anime was sacrificed for the movie. Because they rearranged arcs, like My Villain Academia was sacrificed, and previous arcs were sacrificed, just to get the movie out. Now, obviously, there's never been full confirmation of this, but you can kind of piece things together to kind of see, definitely there was some, I guess, problems thanks to the movie that happened to the actual TV series. And so, ever since then, My Hero Academia, obviously, has had this spiral. Ever since the movie. That season, necessarily. Like, season 4. Yeah, season 4 and season 5 is when things started to really spiral for My Hero Academia, and 5 was when it really hit, because of the My Villain Academia and how, it was just done very dirty. Many people talked about it, myself included. And ever since then, people have been looking at My Hero Academia with a very different look. For instance, people think that the series just no longer has what it once had. For instance, it doesn't seem to, be as enjoyable, etc. But regardless of those personal opinions, I do still enjoy My Hero Academia, the anime, and also the manga. Even though it has fundamental flaws, it isn't perfect. And so, when I saw this announcement yesterday for the movie, I was like, so movie 4. I mean, makes sense. Any popular shonen series gets a set of movies. Hell, think about Dragon Ball for a second, okay? Like, the original Dragon Ball Z, when it came out, got like 13 movies. Like, that's insane. 13 freaking movies for Dragon Ball Z. That's not including Super. That's not including Dragon Ball. Just for Z alone, it got like 13 movies. So, to put in perspective, shonen series do get a lot of movies. Like Naruto, he got a lot of movies. One Piece has gotten a lot of movies. Bleach has gotten a lot of movies. So any popular shonen obviously does get movies. Spin-off, filler movies, etc. It tends to happen. And nowadays, we all know that anime movies are definitely more popular. They're more in popularity in the public eye. I mean, think about, Jujutsu Kaisen, to, thinking about, the potential leaked Chainsaw Man movie, to Demon Slayer's movie that was very popular, obviously, to the Fate series movies. Anime movies are very popular. And obviously nowadays, anime movies have shifted to adapt arcs from manga instead of trying to do its own thing and be filler. That has definitely been a huge shift. And regardless of how you feel about that, if you like it or not, that is technically where the anime environment has shifted over the years. And so this movie, obviously, from what we could see, this is basically the description so far that we got, and I want to read it here. My Hero Academia Movie 4 will have an original story, aka it's going to be filler. Story supervised by Kohei Horikoshi, aka the author of the manga, based on the character's original plans and following the same timeline as the TV anime series. The film will be set in a collapsed society. More information will be revealed in the future. So that's all we got. Now, one big thing I want to say is that the story is being supervised by Horikoshi, makes sense, but it's based on the character's original plans. That one is interesting. It's a very vague concept, but this fundamentally, what this kind of implies to me is, if anyone has read the manga or whatever of My Hero, I'm not going to spoil, don't worry, but it's been known for a while now that something's been off. Like, it's not perfect, but something's been off with the manga to where it feels like a lot of content's been rushed. And I talked about how Horikoshi's health has deteriorated. It could definitely be a big part of it. Why, the stuff has been rushed, because Horikoshi's trying to get to the end. He's trying to complete the series because his health is deteriorating. And there's been a lot of things, probably. A lot of things that's happened behind the scenes that we're completely unaware of when it comes to My Hero Academia. And the original plans here makes me wonder if this is what Horikoshi wanted to add into the series, but obviously he cut out, because, either through being rushed by editors, health reasons, whatever it may be, but this implies that maybe he wants to add in original stuff that was supposed to be there. So that is food for thought. If this is an original story, but also technically going to be canon content, I am looking forward to that. This is legitimately fascinating. However, we also have to factor in, though, that when is this movie going to come out? Now, we don't know necessarily when it will. We just know it has a movie 4 that has been announced in Weekly Shonen Jump. And I want to point out that we know that there is going to be a Season 7 of My Hero Academia. Obviously, we're already 6 seasons deep. Obviously, there's going to be a 7th. It's going to complete the story. And we don't know when it's coming out yet. Like, we don't know when it's going to premiere, when it's going to air, etc. We don't know when Season 7 will come out. So, for all we know, honestly, that My Hero might be on an extended break for a little bit, which will be different, and it might make it, to where the movie comes out first, and then the series comes out afterwards, which I think would be cool. I think it would have enough space between the series to where they don't conflict with each other, and it ruins the pacing or whatever of the story. I would like to see maybe the movie come out first, or the season come out first before the movie, but the fact that it's going to be set in a collapsed society, there's two directions that the story can go, besides obviously the original plans. It can be set in the past, basically at the dawn of when, All for One first emerged and was fighting, One for All. Or it can be set in the society that's just now happened thanks to Season 6. One or the other. But regardless, interesting news that came out about My Hero Academia. Is it good news? Is it bad news? I'll leave it up to you guys to decide. But with that, be safe, stay healthy, Chibi out.